Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I wanted to share all my finds with you guys for the month of June. It's going to be a little different than usual because I found so much stuff and I like to show things off individually, and I'm not going to be able to keep this to a short video if I do that for every single game that I found. So I'm going to be releasing multiple videos throughout the month of July so that you can check out all of the finds. So with that being said, let's jump right into this. So in the beginning of the month, my wife was scrolling through Facebook and saw an ad. A guy was selling 56 NES games. Now, I typically don't have the best of luck when it comes to Facebook ads or Craigslist. I just don't really see things that I need. And this was a lot full of doubles, things that I already had, the Super Mario trilogy. He was asking $200 for this full lot, which wasn't an awful deal. But again, since I had most of these, I wasn't sure that I could get my money back and get the ones that I needed for my collection. So as I was scrolling through the pages of pictures, the third page right in the middle, there was kind of an uncommon, almost rare NES game just sitting there. You almost wanted to question, is this legit? Was this strategically placed? So I touched base with the guy, and it turns out he bought the stuff at a garage sale because it was all bundled up with some Super Nintendo stuff, and he was interested in the Super Nintendo stuff, had no interest in the NES stuff, and he said that he would go down on the price because he didn't know if they worked and just didn't really know much about them. So I talked him down to $150, hoping to get my money back, but the one that caught my eye in that pile was Wacky Races on the NES. This is an Atlas release, very uncommon, almost rare NES game. Pretty fun actually. It's not what I thought it was. I was expecting this to be a racing game of some sort, and I haven't really seen any gameplay of this, but it turns out it was a platformer, which I absolutely love platformers. And so that was in the pile of all the games, and it turns out I sold all of the doubles that I didn't need or set them aside for other collectors, and I got my money back, and I actually made money on the deal. So that was the one that definitely caught my eye. I was really excited because I don't come across the rare uncommon games that people aren't really aware of. So definitely happy to add that one to my collection. Very fun game as well. It's not just an expensive platformer. It's a very fun game. But then he also had a handful of games that I didn't have and decided to keep for myself. One of them is the Milton Bradley Abadox. This is a game that pushes my Milton Bradley collection a little bit closer to complete. I think I'm missing 2, Time Lord, and I think someone mentioned recently in a Twitter post that I was missing Cabal. So I'm still looking for those 2, but definitely happy to add that one to my collection as well. And then some very common games that I just haven't picked up. WrestleMania with Hulk Hogan ripping off his shirt, I guess. And then a game that I haven't seen before, but there are a ton of jet games, and that's F-15 Strike Eagle. It's just kind of curious how many they actually came out of games in this style, but definitely happy to add it to my collection. All these games were absolutely filthy. These were the dirtiest games I've ever seen. It looked like they were actually buried in dirt. A lot of marker writing, which that stuff cleans off, and I really haven't done much cleaning. I just cleaned the surface off a little bit and cleaned the boards to make sure the games were working. I also picked up Tecmo Baseball, very common baseball game. And then this one I was surprised that I didn't have, and that is Rampage. I think a new movie, Rampage, is coming out or is out. So maybe this game is going to go up in price. Not really sure. And then also a really good game that not a lot of people talk about. I picked up Mission Impossible. Again, I was surprised that I didn't have that one already. But just a handful of games left. Picked up The Adventures of Link. This is the gold one. I have the gray one. This completes my Zelda set, so I have golds and grays. But again, these definitely need a lot of cleaning. And then you guys know me, I'm not really into unlicensed games, but I for some reason keep on finding them, so I've been grabbing them, adding them to the collection, I guess, and that's just kind of the way collection goes. But I picked up Gauntlet, 10 Ging Cart, and then Skull and Crossbones, which I've never played this. I don't know anything about this game. You guys, of course, can let me know down in the comments below. So definitely a good stack of games. Like I said, these were absolutely filthy, and as I was going through the bag, I was like, I don't know if these are gonna work. But he had to take a risk, and I was happy that I did. You know, 150 bucks, but again, got my money back, and I actually got paid to have an uncommon rare game in my collection. So again, I'm going to be releasing multiple videos throughout the month of July. This was just the first one. As always, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And that's all I have for you guys today. See ya.